What was the value of education like in the 70s, 80s, and 90s as compared to what we have now?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a fantastic question. In the 70s, 80s, 90s, the teaching methodology was far different from what we have now. Then the teachers were regarded as masters of knowledge, repository of knowledge. Yeah. Teaching and learning then was characterized by rote learning, cramming, and regurgitation. Okay. But what we have now is what we call teachers as facilitators. Okay. As facilitators, teachers now show the way for the students to learn. Okay. They don't demonstrate that they are the masters of everything, whereby the students now become passive audience. Today, teachers expected to engage and allow the student to participate.
So would you say that teachers in the 20th century, they are more morally equipped, like discipline in terms of moral, compared to teachers that we have now?
Yes, I will say yes, for two reasons.
Okay.
Number one, based on the mission and vision of the schools then. And then number two, based on the recruitment strategy in those days. Okay. Now, looking at the mission of the schools then, most of the schools then were established by missionaries, okay, whose intention were to propagate their religious faith. So for that reason, they inculcate that faith into the teachers that handle the students. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of recruitment of staff, then best students in secondary school come out with grade 1. Okay. When you have grade 1, you are a best student. Mm-hmm. These are the set of students that were kept back to the schools to teach. Okay. Meaning that recruitment then for teaching was left for the best. Okay, fast forward it to now. You find out that most of the schools, especially the private schools, okay, are established by individuals or sometimes corporate organizations whose interest is to satisfy their economic desire. Mm-hmm. So in most cases, they pay lip services to morality, thereby reducing the value of education. Okay, then if you talk of recruitment now, you also find out that teachers will find, most of them will find in the classroom, to be honest, are those that appear there by accident.
They don't have the passion.
They don't have the passion.
Just they're looking for a job and
something
like
to fall back to.
Yeah, something to fall back to. The cutoff mark for teachers as in true JAM is 140 to 180. These are supposed to be people who are going to teach the future leaders of tomorrow, but their cutoff mark to enter into the university is really low. Why is that?
That is just to justify and buttress the point you have raised. The faculties of science, faculties of medicine will select the brilliant ones. Okay. Then the remaining ones will now be pushed into education. Education is supposed to be a factory where teachers are produced. Yeah. Teachers are supposed, schools where teachers work are supposed to be factory where manpower, labor needed in all economic sectors are produced. Okay. Now we are pushing the reserve to those areas, meaning that today and the future will be blinking.
So I would like to ask, because examination malpractice is one monster that really devalued education in this 21st century. I would like to give this scenario. Who is to be blamed in examination malpractice? Is it the examiner they sent from the examination board to come and investigate, and those who are writing exams in the school who will end up collecting bribe? and everybody will just be copying? Is it the school owners who organizes special centers because they want people to say, please, I'm taking my child to that school, because that school, any child that writes exam or jam there, they do get high score. They put it as one of the characteristics of their school performance. So is it the teachers who, after teaching students, you taught a student that it's good to do your assignment, if you don't do your assignment you get punished and all that, and at the end of the day you are the same person that would write objective expo on the board for the same students? Is it the parents who organizes money for special center to pay for their kids just to pass exam, or is it the student who refuses to read, knowing that the parents will pay for special center? Who is to be blamed in this decadence of education in Nigeria?
Okay, we cannot restrict it to any of these stakeholders you have mentioned.
Okay.
Each of them have a fair share in the blame. Take for example, let's take it back a little bit. Education, as far as I'm concerned, are of two broad dimensions.
Okay.
One is what I call certificate acquisition education. The another one is what we call skill acquisition education. Now, what is reigning in Nigeria and this part of the world is certificate acquisition education. So for that reason, everybody is clamoring for certificate. That is why a parent, to start with, will not allow the child to remain at home 1 year after concluding senior secondary school. So they will go out with every sense of desperation to buy this, to bribe that, to do that, so as to fix the child to the university in the next academic session. Then the school themselves also see certificate as one of the ways of advertising their institution.
Okay.
If you move around, especially some of the private schools, you see there are billboards occupied with pictures of students with number of A's in WAEC, 360, 370 aggregate score for UTME. What are they doing? They are trying to advertise their school through certificate. Okay, how did they get those certificates? Only God knows. Then for the examination bodies, of course not all of them anywhere, but some of their staff, including the supervisors, ad hoc staff engaged to monitor and supervise exams, many of them compromise the standard of the exam. So in a nutshell, we will not spare any of them. Even the government, if emphasis was not placed so much on certificate, people will not be hunting for it. So people now want to have it at all costs. So all of them, all these stakeholders have to be blamed because they collaborate. The parent collaborates with the school collaborates with the examination body, and all this leads to decadence in the standard and quality of education we're having now.
So how do we bring back the chalk, bring back the true value of education in Nigeria?
How do we do that? By applying technology. Technology has worked in the banking industry very well. Communication, security, transportation, it has worked everywhere. So we should allow it to work in education. Why is it not working in education? You recall that the children we have in today's classrooms are digital natives. They all grew up with technology. But unfortunately, most of the teachers of today are not competent in handling this technology. That is where we have the wide gap. That is where we have the wide gap in communication. So the government can bridge it by equipping teachers in training with relevant technological skills, exposing them to how to use and manage technology. Now, by the time they come back to the classroom with this, the student will be totally engaged. Their academic interest will be aroused. They run away from classes because the method we are using is far different from what they cherish. What they cherish is technology. So by the time we build technology into the design, into the development, into the delivery of instructional materials, the sky will be the limit. That change, that standard we had earlier will come back. But the challenge again is that you will not teach a child with traditional method, chalkboard type, and then you now assess the child with technology. So that gap will still be there. So the journey should start from the classroom. In fact, the journey should go back to the factory where teachers are produced, which is the faculties of education and the Institute of Education.
Okay, you received the Legend Award at Regalo Foundation Edu State Conference. How was it like for you, sir?
Very fantastic.
Okay.
Of course, that was not the first time I received an award.
Okay.
But the thing that surprises me, or what comes into my mind each time I am invited for an award, is somebody has been watching.
Okay.
Somebody has been watching. I said, okay, that is good. Then I also went back, thanked my God, and then prayed that such should continue. Because you call it deceit, that teachers' rewards are in the heaven. And then people will tell you, who knows who goes to heaven? Why don't you have a taste of it on earth here before waiting till that time?
Yes.
So that's exactly what Regalo Hopes Foundation did, which I will encourage that they keep doing it.
Wow, thank you very much, sir. It has been a wonderful section with you, Dr. Arum Joe. If you love what we are doing at Regalo Foundation, please, can you subscribe to our channel? We've come to the end of this section, Bring Back the Chalk, the true value of education. I am your host, Nkechi Jenobodoke. Thank you, Regalo.